I will say this is more challenging than I thought it was going to be for a level 3 for my first ever off-road experience.
Oh.
The Rivian isn't any normal truck. It's an electric truck with over 800 horsepower, and it also has 4 independent motors that can supply power and torque needed to each wheel depending on the situation. But with the Rivian's great power comes great responsibility, which I mess up and find myself regretting on this off-roading trip.
3, 2, 1, go!
We went camping last night. We're here in the Rivian, and now we're driving to go off-roading. This will be our first ever off-roading trip. In the car we have...
I'm Madison. I'm Hayden.
Maggie and Milo.
I have the 21-inch road tires on here, so we'll see how they perform doing this off-road trail. It shouldn't be anything too tough, I'm told. Put it into off-road mode, and we've got the ride soft, and you can see the setup there. And we're starting, so we're at 13.1 inch height. And what is our charge level? 213 miles left. So that's how we're starting. And let's see how we end. We have a seasoned off-roader in our car that's helping to guide me.
Been off-roading since I was like 6. And my dad loves off-roading, so we go a lot.
So is this off-roading, Hayden?
No.
What is this?
It's a dirt road.
It's a dirt road. I still think this is fun. It got a little bumpy there for a little bit.
Whoa!
Whoa, bumps.
You scared Milo.
That's nothing. My family does whip-de-doos. It's where there's a huge bump and then you like go so fast that you start flying in the air and you hit your head on the ceiling.
Oh. I want to do that.
Me too. You would hit it on the glass though. Careful.
Dad, what's this called?
Yankee Hill. So are you gonna try airing down?
Yeah, I guess I need to get one of those, huh?
Bought on Amazon for like $15.
I think these are the best. These are preset to go down to a specific PSI. You just screw them on and then it just does it and it stops automatically at that PSI. And then this one is a little different.
Okay.
It actually removes the valve stem
Okay.
so that the air comes out faster.
Yeah. Was that the first aid kit?
Yes.
Is this an air compressor?
There's more stuff. What's this?
This connects to the end of the hose.
Dad, we have one of these too, right?
That's fancy that
Yeah.
it's built in. Like,
Okay, put it back.
I can't wait to try that.
Yeah. And here we go. Woo!
How's it going back there?
Going great, but the girls just discovered there's Wi-Fi for the Rivian, so they're all trying to connect.
The driver doesn't feel the bumps as much as the passengers do because the driver is driving over them.
Makes sense. But I will say I am pretty stressed because I don't want to, mess up this car. I've only had it for a few weeks. My butt's getting a little sweaty. So what I'm gonna do is turn on the seat coolers.
There's seat coolers?
There are seat coolers.
Everyone? That's
Only
so
in the
cool.
front.
Only for the two front. I'm sorry. We haven't gone all that far, but because we're going off-roading, obviously it's using a lot more energy, and so now it says I can go about 201 miles. So the charge has drained quite a bit.
Does charging my phone use up the battery?
Yep, it uses a little bit, but it's fine. It's just gonna be a tiny bit. Most of the battery is coming from the
back.
motors trying to move this car up this hill. This is called mudding.
Muddy.
Yeah.
We're going mudding. All right, do we go on this fast or slow?
Fast.
Fast.
Fast, and you can tell we've been through this once
3,
before.
2, 1, go!
Whoa, look at the front. The front's all muddy.
Look at the
Let's see the ceramic coat doing its job. It's beating up.
Expect the unexpected.
You're full of good one-liners.
Expect the unexpected.
So up until now, the trail had been relatively manageable for my first ever off-roading experience. But things escalated as the trail became more rocky, more narrow, and more steep.
Whoa, I felt like we were falling backwards.
Whoa.
Because we were.
You gotta go over that rock.
Ready?
Before starting this adventure, in my hubris, I figured that the high-tech Rivian would be able to make up for my lack of experience. With 4 motors, 1 for each wheel, and a computer brain at the control, sensing the friction at each wheel, and then calculating the force needed, and then actually delivering the needed amount of torque for each wheel, the Rivian handles off-roading terrain like a champ. When off-roading, oftentimes each wheel will find themselves in very different situations, where some wheels will need more force and torque, while other wheels may need little to no force while navigating an obstacle. With the Rivian computer brain, you can be assured that you are getting the most torque at each wheel no matter the situation. This means great off-road performance and an amazing on-road experience as well. But if the Rivian is so amazing, then why the clickbait title about instant regret on my first off-road adventure? Well, here's the thing. No matter how advanced or amazing tech gets, the biggest limitation will still be the human running the show. And in this case, I'm the human, and having never gone off-roading before, I had some huge limitations in terms of lack of experience. So my 2 biggest regrets are these. Number 1, not having done more research or learning before embarking on this adventure. I figured the tech would make up for my lack of experience, which it did in many cases. Going along and having experienced friends guide me and help me through certain situations was super helpful. But given the chance to do it over again, I would have watched a few beginner videos on how to off-road, and I probably would have started with an easier trail. And then the next regret, which is also my fault, I should have gotten the 20-inch all-terrain wheels instead of the 21-inch road wheels on my Rivian. I can't be too hard on myself because if you rewind to last year when I ordered the Rivian, I had no experience going off-roading, and my main purpose for getting a truck was something for the YouTube channel, to help move all these personal electric vehicles that we review for the channel from one place to another. So when I ordered a year ago, I got the most energy efficient road wheels. Little did I know that off-roading would be so much fun.
Oh my gosh, this is an adventure for sure. So stressful.
Even if I only go off-roading a few times each year, I'd rather have the less energy efficient off-road wheels that give me more traction and confidence on off-road adventures and accept the sacrifice of about 40 miles of range over the more energy efficient road wheels that I currently have. But life is too short for regrets, so I'll enjoy my truck with the extended range and research options for off-road tires in the future.
This apparently is a 3 out of 10. I mean, this is pretty crazy.
I would rate it a 5.
Rated a 5? Yeah, I mean, this seems like this has got some advanced stuff here.
This is more harder than it was last time.
Yeah. Spicy, as your dad would say.
I'm just trying to find oh my God!
We'll see if that paint protection film worked because I just rubbed up against that tree. So we'll see if we got any pinstriping. The film can heal, the paint can't.
No, hold on, hold on.
You know, the GoPro camera never really does the terrain justice when it comes to steepness, but judging by how sweaty my butt was getting, even with the seat coolers on, I'd say it was pretty darn steep and rocky.
Look at that view.
Very narrow.
Keep it straight. Stopping for lunch, let's assess some of the damage. You can see here where we rubbed up against those tree branches. Got that scraping. We'll actually have to wash it off to see how it held up. But you can see that's pinstriping. Just finished lunch, back on the road, actually back on the off-road. I thought the worst was behind us, but still quite bumpy and rocky.
Off-roading is a hobby that's loved by many and for good reason. There's adventure and adrenaline in going to where few have gone before. There's the chance to get away from the hustle and bustle of everyday life and to escape to the great outdoors. And then there's the quality time to spend with good friends and family. While the Rivian lineup of adventure vehicles are built for fun things just like this, most Rivian owners will probably never take their vehicles on any true off-road experience. But I didn't buy this truck to be a show vehicle. I bought it to be used and enjoyed. Oh, and what about that pinstriping on the side of the truck? Well, I wish I could have captured some of the video while washing the truck, but I was so tired after this camping and off-roading adventure I forgot to. After washing the dust and dirt off, the paint protection film still had some scratches and pinstriping along the side, but all of that healed after a few hours in the sun, just like it was made to do.
We're out.
You can see by how dirty the trucks are. We had a lot of fun. Now we're airing back up the tires. And the cool thing about the Rivian is in here. Oh, nope. Well, that's a first aid kit if we need it. Haven't had to use it yet. The cool thing is over here, this is everything to put the air back in the tires. This is where we inflate the PSI. I've never used this before, so I don't even know how this works.
That's pretty damn cool that that comes in the car too. You would see all those, dude.
This truck never ceases to amaze me. Nice, quiet, and easy. That's another successful electric adventure in the books. I can't remember what we started the day with off-roading in terms of charge and mileage, but after we finished, it read we had about 168 miles left of charge. Started coming back down. You can see we're at 205 miles of range, which is that's regenerative braking for you. So pretty cool. And the one thing I'm really grateful for is I'm grateful that I'm not stuck on that other side of the road. Labor Day traffic. Okay, so she's all washed up, and you can see the scratches that we saw before are no longer visible. I mean, if you look super closely, you can see maybe a little bit, but for the most part, it healed up nicely. Right after washing it, those scratches were pretty evident, and now they're pretty much gone.